Haha, I'm live. Yes, good, good. Oh. Ba-dum bum 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 bum. There we go. Put in the wrong code like a silly Billy. Bum ba-dum bum bum. Mhm. Hello, hello. Yeah, yeah. Whoa. I can't be talking. That's unacceptable actions. We can throw a picture in there. People love pictures. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okie dokie. Misery Tarot incoming. She's coming in hot. Everyone watch out. She's gonna crash right into the house. Oh, do you ever wonder like what you're doing with your life? Like what's happening right now? These are great questions, and unfortunately, there's just nothing to do about it, you know? Let's see. We should let everyone in Publishing Goblin know. Of course. Okay, we let the Publishing Goblin Discord know. Good for me. I'm so good at this every now and then. Oh, I see that there's people actually on the launch party page. I actually really love the little graphic I made for the launch party on account of that card's great. Isn't he spooky? The voyeur is awesome. Enoch did such a good job. Fantastic. How is everyone's morning? I hope that you're doing well. I hope that the world is kind to you today. Um, that is something I really hope for myself. Because after I launch this, I am actually going to an 8-hour shift at my friend's store. So I don't actually have a lot of time to like hang out here after I hit launch. And it's a little sad, you know? I'm like, well, gosh darn it. I want to just sit around and watch the campaign and adjust things as things aren't working. I feel like that's like half of my life. It's like I should hang around with my stuff and figure out what I'm doing and what I need to be doing. Let's see. Tumblr, why are you broken? It's a great question. Why is Tumblr broken? Oh, she's working now. Good for her. Join me now on BackerKit. We are heading to the launch of the Misery Tarot. Yeah, I am pretty hype about this. I'm really excited that we got 1,000 followers so quickly. I'm really excited that this is where we're at in life, launching another tarot deck. And I will say, actually, the normal tarot started arriving to people, so I'm feeling a lot better about this going live right now. It's like a little frustrating to be launching a new tarot project when the previous one is not out yet. But the people have been getting their normal tarot and posting about it, so I'm very, very happy with that. And it means that everyone will have their normal tarot before this is even like halfway done, which is also really nice. And forgive my voice. I was out last night and I was yelling and hooting and hollering, which is my own choice, but does mean that my poor voice is shot a little bit. Oops. I'm doing such a good job posting about this everywhere. You can tell by the way that I'm doing my best. Live on, if I say I'm live on cam, it sounds like I'm a cam boy. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to my cam boy party. I tricked you. You're actually all here to see me. Well, not strip. You're all here to see me talk extensively about why Stitch is the best Disney princess. This is the only thing I care about now. I've just decided. But I do have a little Stitch that sits on my desk. I would like everyone to know that I was at some kind of Disney store with my nephew, and I bought this, and he thought it was for him. He was a small child at the time. It should have been for him. It was for me. That poor child had a traumatic moment that he could resolve and work through with help from the Misery Tarot. That would be quite a weird experience, maybe. I really do hope everyone gets to work just fine this morning, or if you're already there, that you're settling in, that things are going wonderful, that you're not panicking or in misery. I hope that this is a pleasant day for you, as I hope it is a pleasant day for me. Because that is where we're at, my friends. If I think about the state of the world too much, sometimes I go a little insane. And that's why you take breaks. Ideally, do not run yourself into the ground. Because we love you. We want you to be functioning for years to come. Do. I suppose I should post in the alley. Misery Tarot goes live in 20 minutes. But if you join the page now, you can say hi as I'm live on cam. I'm really obsessed with being live on cam now. Like I am just this cam boy. Good morning. Don't let your boss see me. It's, like, really funny to me that no one is in the chat. There's 20 people on the launch page, another 2 people over on YouTube proper. So it's very funny to me that I'm, like, saying silly things and no one's even like, "Stop, my boss is here." I'm just gonna imagine that someone had that play out loud at their office desk and they were like, "Oh, no. I'm gonna have to turn down the sound. I can't let you do that on my morning desk commute." Post. Okay. Alright, I did all my posting. I think I did all the things I was meant to do. Probably. And if I didn't, I'll remember it later. I'm sure that I'm a really smart person with good ideas, such as how to promote my own project. So, you know what we need actually? Tisk, tisk, tisk. I need. Okay, so over on the Alley Facebook page, Brent Hyrak made a post about the Alley Man and being like, "Oh, I want to know more about the lore of this Alley Man. Has anyone experienced the Alley Man?" And someone was like, "You're gonna love the podcast." And Brent was like, "Oh my god, there's a podcast," and I think that's so cute. So I'm also seeing like a live update of comments as Brent is like, "Oh my god, this is so great. Thank you." And I'm like, "Aw." So this is your reminder if you weren't already aware, there's an Alley Man podcast. There was it was a 13 episode fictional like radio drama that takes place in a fake podcast, and you should listen to it. And all of your friends. If you're in an office and you're in a cubicle, play it out loud on your computer and make everyone hear it. I think that'd be precious. Okay. I have to run over and grab something real quick. I'll be back in like 10 seconds, I promise. Do do do. I returned as promised. I don't know if it was 10 seconds, probably like 3 seconds, but that's okay. And if you're having a wonderful morning, I highly suggest not being ill. And also, I highly suggest moving your camera around so that you can see new things, such as the bookcase that I have been setting up all of my stuff in. I'm trying to rearrange my office on the account of I'm trying to move all the boxes of backstock to the storage unit, which gives me actual move space in this room, which is wild. But you can now see my bookcase. And my bookcase, amazingly, this camera is tilted. That's so funny. That makes sense, though. I have this monitor that the camera is on, I guess slightly tilted. I don't know if I've ever thought about it, but now that the camera is on a tilted surface and the world is tilted in the background, I'm very aware of it. Is there an easy fix? Can I put this kind of under the camera to tilt it up? That's way too tilted up. No, that's perfect. Yes, I am incredible. You know, we're all incredible people. We accomplish so much. Good for us. Uh, as you can see, I have this lovely bookcase. Actually, my dad made these 2 bookcases. These are 7-foot tall solid wood bookcases. They're really frustrating to move when you do move. But I have this whole row right here is just books that I've written. There's some additional books down here and games that I've made. Like there's a copy of What We Possess and Zoetrope like tucked in there. And then up here is like the normal tarot, all 4 of those, the Alleyman's, the Alleyman statue, the Alleyway oracles, the oracle dice. That's actually the stone dice set. And then at the top is New Avernus and the wooden box because those are huge and they couldn't fit anywhere else. So now they live there. And my dad is actually sending me another bookcase that goes right in between these 2 that he made that is basically made to just be a middle piece between them. And I'm going to probably move the like display stuff like these over to it when it's here and just do my best to fill this bookcase entirely with just things I've made. I would love that so much. That would be so meaningful. And I'm working really hard to make that a reality, I think. On account of, oh boy, when Confluence publishes next year and gets in people's hands around September-ish, that will be quite a bit of stuff. When the Hot Housewives Tarot is done, the Goblins Tarot, the 3rd edition of the Oracle Dice. There is a 3rd edition of the Oracle Dice, by the way. And it's compatible with the 2nd edition. The only thing that's going to change is the guidebook. So you'll just get a new guidebook that's even easier to work through, which will be really helpful for people who don't know the system very well. And gosh, the game Historic will be coming out. I'm working as hard as I can to fill the 7-foot bookshelf with just things I've made. Hopefully just 1 copy of things I've made. I can tell on the bookcase there's like 4 copies of Generations. There's 2 copies at least of This Map Is Not is Just a Suggestion. I'll work on it. I'll get that bookshelf made right. Made right. All the things need to be there. I ran away from the stream to grab the Misery Tarot's Major Arcana cards, which I'm excited about. They look so incredible. That's the... Oh, I'm getting confused by the mirroring on the camera. I'm a dummy. It's the Voyeur. I love the Voyeur so much. It's one of my favorite pieces of art that Enoch has done for the deck already. And it's funny because he's of the Major Arcana, he's probably one of the least important ones. He's like the note of people who are just looky-loos. They're here to just look in at your pain and suffering on your journey. They're not helpful and they're mostly annoying. And at worst, it's like stalker level. So, hello, Give Coffee. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. I hope that you had a lovely commute if you commute. I hope that you're getting delicious coffee because you say that your name is Give Coffee. They're really nice, though. I hope you're talking about the bookcase because the bookcase is really nice. My dad did a wonderful job making those things. Good for him. Love him. Look at there's 33 people in here. Hey, everyone. Good morning. I'm just rambling. We do launch in 10 minutes on the Misery Tarot. There are 66 early bird slots that can get you the standard version of the deck. Michaela, good morning. And there's also a $120 deluxe edition of the deck that comes with a bunch of extra goodies, including a 5 dice Oracle dice set that goes with it. The reading cloth, a reading journal, a standing disc, a fancier box. There's just a lot of little good extras out there. I did make the Oracle dice and the reading journal available separately. I'll probably make the reading cloth available separately in the future, but like the all-in tier right now is like the deluxe edition. Or you can actually there's a $400 pledge tier on here, which is a lot. Um, which is like, hey, you can buy the Alleyman's Tarot and the boosters, the Alleyway Oracles and the boosters, the Oracle dice, and you can get the deluxe edition of the Misery Tarot for 400, which is a lot of money, but it is cheaper. So I was told to make a big all-in tier with my old stuff, and I was like, yes, I do whatever people tell me. I'm very, very easy to tell things. Haha. And I just turned on pay over time. So anyone who wants to get anything expensive on this project, or if you just don't feel like you can afford it, you can pay over time with your pledge. I'm not entirely sure how it works. It doesn't actually tell me any information. I turned that setting on, but I know that people can like pay monthly payments rather than pay it all at once. And especially for like the $400 tier where you get a 3, 4, 5, you get 5 tarot decks and the Oracle dice. That would allow you to get that and not pay $400 all at once, which would be, I think, pretty hard for a lot of people, myself included. Whew. But look, there's pretty cards. This is the Burning Home. I think it's super great. I'm super excited for this deck. Thank you for making it. Thanks, Michaela. I'm also excited for this deck. And I have to say, Enoch really is making this deck, right? I'm oh no, I'm dying. It's very, very correct with the Misery Tarot. That I'm just dying while on stream. If I do die on stream, do you think that would make this a bigger, more exciting project? Like, should I organize a hitman to take me out on stream so that we make $1 bajillion? Is that how I go viral? So, anyways, before I started dying on water, this is the Penitent. This is Enoch's beautiful card for basically this is our pyramid head because this is very much a deck inspired by Silent Hill, the blood and rust like genre of game. Yeah, that is the Penitent, is the faith that you deserve punishment in some way. um, and one of the things that's really exciting to me about the deck is it's not just about your journey. So, like, the Lost is part of the major arcana, and the Lost is another person who's also lost on their own journey. It's someone who you might cling to for support, but they're also going through their own things, and maybe they're not really available for you in that way. It doesn't mean that they can't be in your life, but you probably can't rely on them to help you get through the hardships you're going through, or the bonds that you form with another person who's lost on the path of misery. Could become very strong if you two can take the time and space to be there for each other truly and honestly. That's just a fun one. It's a reference to Silent Hill, of course, with the fog and like the other people lost in the town. But we also have yet another Silent Hill reference, the chained door. This one's actually really important to me because I feel like there's times a lot where people talk about ways in which you're supposed to be healing or ways in which you're supposed to be making progress. And the idea for a lot of people is like set a goal and then go that direction, walk through that door. But sometimes doors are locked and they're locked for reasons. It might be it's just not time yet for you to open that door, either as a path forward or a door in the back of your mind, like a trauma that you're not actually ready to deal with or to bring to light. And the thing with the chain door is it's just recognizing that not every door is a path forward, or that it is something you have to take your time on. The chain door has a lot of locks on it, and you need to remove them one by one before you can try to go down that path. The demons are just all the voices in your head and the little nitpickers and the people who have opinions about what you're going through. Um, but they ultimately become voices in your head over time. And these are actually all promotional prints of the deck. So the back of every card has like a QR code to go to the backer kit page and a little blurb about what the deck is about. I'm taking them to PAX Unplugged this weekend, and I'm going to be handing them out to people. Give Coffee says only if it's a fake death and your ghost does the updates and fun things still. Yes, I will have to be murdered fakely on stream, and then my ghost, I'll have a filter on the video every time that I come on where I'm ephemeral. And I will be like, hello, even in death, I have to update this project, darn it, and manage my finances. That'd be tragic. Have to work even in death. Ooh. Oh, I'm so excited about all these cards. We only have 4 minutes before the launch. I'm very, very expecting you all to be here with me. However many of us there are. I'm on the YouTube stream right now, and there's 4 people on the YouTube. But in the actual launch party, there's 40 people. So there's lots of us hanging out here as we head towards launch, and I love that. I love that. Boop. Let's see here. I love this card. It's the key, which is not a key. It was really funny. Enoch actually turned in the original art for the key card as a key. And then I was like, read the art description, baby. This is a puzzle box. And it looks fantastic. And my favorite part is it's hard to tell maybe on this camera, and it's a little dark, but right here is the key that Enoch did. It's just a very, very dark detail on here, so it's easy to miss. But the key that Enoch originally did ended up on the front of the puzzle box. I really love the key as a puzzle box. A lot of people think that your trauma or suffering or pain or misery or depression is something that if you just tried harder, right, or you had the simple key to open the door, you could just be done with it. But the fact of the matter is, the key is a puzzle box, right? It's not that simple. We have to take a lot of time to figure out what the shape of the key is, what door it goes into, what it means to even be usable. Keys are very complicated machines, especially when it comes to how you get out of what is hurting. So I really, really love the key card in being a puzzle box, and I hope that it really resonates with a lot of other people who have suffered difficulties in their lives. The keeper is a little naked guy, so watch out. He's got a little dingus in there in the shadows, but good morning, everyone. He's got a dingus, like I'm 5 years old. The keeper is this withered body whose head is stuck in the safe. It's someone who has things that they've kept themselves, kept locked away in their brain for so long that it's really just killing them. And it's hopefully something you don't experience and just something you see on your path through the Museum of Misery. But it's a good reminder for you that you should not get yourself caught up in that. And with just 1 minute left, I want to show off the Weeping Mother. Enoch did such an amazing job. You can see right there, there's this tiny person here for scale, but this is a giant statue in like a lake. And she's weeping, even as a statue, making all the water around her. Enoch really popped off with that art. I'm just saying that's a super lovely piece, and I adore it so much. And we just hit 9, which means that this launch party. Hello, we hit 9. That means this launch party. Hello. Looking at the project. Launch, you butt. Oh, do I need to hit the button? Oh. I thought on BackerKit it auto-launched when you had a set time. I did it. Oh, no, I was talking. Haha. We're live! I will figure out how things work eventually. Well, welcome to the page, my friends. I just got these copies of the cards in last night at 5, and I got home with them at like 5:30 and started taking pictures. So all the pictures you see of the deck are literally from uh like 12 hours ago. And I hope that they're fun for you. But we are now live, my friends, which means you can pledge away to your heart's content. Ideally, you will all pledge $1,000,000. And if you don't, I guess that's okay. I'll accept it. There is an early bird backing tier, so you should definitely try to grab that. The early bird is the approach the altar tier. It is a $45 version of the $60 tier for the Misery Tarot and the Book of Blood and Rust. The big thing with this deck is that it is a 100 card deck, 100 on the dot. And I feel bad for Enoch. I'm so sorry, Enoch, because I originally said, "Oh, it'll be like 80 to 100 cards," but I'm gonna pare it down. I want to get closer to 80. No, that didn't happen. The major arcana, which is right here in my hands, because that's all done and it's all printed on promotional material, but it's printed and it looks lovely. The major arcana is 21 cards. It actually does follow a similar journey to the Fool to the World in a traditional tarot deck, but instead it's the victim, and they're entering the Museum of Misery by going through the Ruined Wound, lighting their black lantern. There's some analogous cards to tarot, but it is its own journey. And then there's 2 jokers, so that takes us to 23 cards. And then there are 7 suits that have 11 cards each, so that's 77 cards. You can read a little bit about that on the page here. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. So after the exhibit, there is the suit of wounds, which are the 2 jokers. And then there's 7 proper suits: blades, wire, flesh, rot, nails, rust, and blood. And each one has a 0, which is the suit's folly. It has a square, which is the suit's house. And then it has a 1 through 7 number. Each of the numbers does have meaning, which I will share as the project goes along, but it's already written because I've already written the cards. And then there are 2 denizens in each suit, which are the court cards, basically. There's a denizen, which is like a person that lives in the space and has a lot of meaning in that space. And there's a ruler of the house. So each suit is a suit, and it's like a house, and it's a location. The idea is that while you're on your journey through the major arcana, the exhibit, you enter each of these houses in order, because they are also the 7 steps of working through grief. The suit of blades is shock and denial. It is a place full of brutal violence, so it's easy to become shocked when things occur like this. It's easy to look at it and be like, this is just horrific and I don't belong here, which is the shock and denial. And then there's the suit of wire, which is the suit of pain and guilt. It's when you start really just needling yourself. Then the suit of flesh, which is the anger, bargaining, and shame. It's very much about the flesh of our bodies, the sex of our bodies. It's about transactions. It's about the shame of the things that we need or want or love. Also, good morning, everyone. The suit of rot is depression and unreality. The suit of nails is the upward turn. It's when you start to make plans, the nails being used to make pinpoint choices. The suit of rust is reconstruction and working through. Specifically, the suit of rust is like the old world that you lived in and trying to build something new in that space, escaping the structure of what was. And the suit of blood, which is acceptance and hope. It's when you really accept your lifeblood and like you as a living, breathing person, that you can accept what things have happened and have hope for a future. Um, so the gist of the deck is that you're working through the major arcana, but while you're working through the major arcana, you take these forays into each of these houses of the 7 suits and work your way back throughout until you get to the end of your journey, where it would be hopeful and expected that you reach the ladder. And the ladder is your escape back to the world. The deck is very muted and brutal and intense looking, but the ladder has this hopeful tunnel, and at the end, a blue sky, which is nowhere else in the deck, I assure you. We don't do blue skies here, except for the place. Like the social media app. Hello, Faye. Hello, Kimber. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I'm glad I remembered to ping the Discord also. Because I was a little space cadet this morning. I have a tendency to do that. Look at us, already $1,200. So this stream will end in 3 minutes time. And actually, I know some of you are a little on a delay, so the stream might end sooner for you. I'm not sure how that works, or if it'll play out to the end and then end. These are good questions. I do have a little video on the campaign page that I'm realizing people can't see because I'm live on the page right now. But that's okay. We accept what we get, even if it's a silly Billy. My normal tarot 3 just came in today. I was taking pics to show and then got this ping. Faye, that's awesome. I was just saying, I really love that the normal tarot has arrived for a lot of people already. Because I hate launching a new project that is the same kind of project as an old one that's not finished. So now the normal tarot is arriving to people, I feel a lot better about the mystery tarot going live. Well, I will let people check things out. I love the quality of the cardstock you pick. It's always so good. Aw, thanks. New Titan did it again. So New Titan and I have learned things. I'll get my email eventually. Yeah, Kimber, sometimes these things are a little delayed, but I think the normal tarot will be in your hand shortly. Bad on purpose. I'm waiting for my tracking number. Just ordered the Oracle dice too. Heck yeah, we love that. The Oracle dice are a delightful tool. I'm doing the 3rd edition launch project. When is that? May next year. But it works like your 2nd edition set will be perfectly correct still. The guidebook will just be updated in a easier to learn fashion. So the 2nd edition set is still perfectly good to use. And when the 3rd edition comes out, there'll be like an upgrade set where you just get the new book, basically, and the new reading cloth, because there'll be 2 reading cloths instead of just 1. But yeah, the 2nd edition is still perfectly good and wonderful. The main thing I'm excited about for the 3rd edition Oracle dice is setting it up so that you have a chest that holds everything, so that you don't have to just like have some dice here and a book here and a reading cloth just in your hand. I guess in 1 minute it's going to kick me off the live stream, so I appreciate all of you. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful morning, and I hope that we have the Misery Tarot explode into the universe and make bajillions of dollars. Thanks, Alex. Good morning. And have a lovely day, everyone. Yeah, I'm sure the campaign will go wonderful. It'll be swimmingly lovingly. All right. Well, if you're here on the YouTube, which 9 of you are, I haven't ended the live stream. So everyone who is on the campaign page, suck it. You're losers. You don't even know that this is secretly still going. I actually have no idea if the live stream actually ended on their page because I refreshed and now it's gone. But if they don't refresh, maybe I'll just still be on that page. Who knows? I don't know how things work. I wish that I was home today so that I could stay here and continue to look at things. LOL. Oh, look, YouTube. Hi, Kimber. Hi, Faye. What do you know? On YouTube, the party keeps rolling. No, I have a shift at my friend's cake supply store today. I work there a couple days a week. But they are full 8-hour days, which means that I lose 16 hours a week that I really should be here in my office doing work. Um, yeah, every time I tell people it's a cake supply store, they're like, "Ooh, cake," and I'm like, "No, it's like a retail store for everything you need to make and decorate cakes. There's no food in the store." So it's always a little disappointing for me. I'm like, "Oh, I wish there was a cupcake or a cookie for me." But the good news is that a lot of people who work there, the owner and a lot of the customers, all the customers are bakers themselves. So sometimes people bring me a treat and I appreciate it. But wait, you're in Denver? I am in Denver. I will be at Cake Crafts on South Broadway in the next 40 minutes. So if you get bored and have time off from now until 6 p.m., you can come to Cake Crafts, buy things from my lovely friend Danny, who owns that business, and I will be there to sell it to you. Question while I'm here. You mentioned some time ago doing divination coins. Do you still plan on making some? Yeah. Um, I plan on doing the divination coin still. Basically, where I'm at right now is my plan is finalize the 3 flagship tarot products for my business, which is the Hot Housewives and the Misery Tarot and the Goblins Tarot, which will be funding in July. And then those will be long-term tarot decks that my business always has to offer. Because of course the Alleymans and the Alleyway decks are one-time printings and I can't make them again. So when they run out, I was worried that I wouldn't have anything to sell anymore, and that made me sad. So I'm gonna have 3 tarot decks, and when those are locked in, which they're, you know, I can't imagine they're not gonna fund or they're not gonna exist. So they're good. By the end of 2025, they'll all be good. Then I'm gonna start working on some non-tarot projects. I don't have a lot of interest in just like making a million different tarot decks. I think they all need like a purpose. And the Goblins Tarot is going to be a standard Rider Waite Smith deck. It's just going to have different art and like a different story to it, but it'll have all the same card meanings as a standard tarot. The Misery Tarot is a useful like extra guy, and the Hot Housewives Tarot is like a weird deck. So I don't have a lot of interest in doing more tarot after I'm done with those 3. So I will be working on, and my Oracle dice will be in their final 3rd edition in May. So I don't really have any interest in just making more expansion dice for no reason. So coins, yes, there'll be coins. um, there will be coins. There will also be keys. One of the things that I've really wanted to do, and I think I might be able to soon, is take a break from launching projects so rapidly and pushing things out quickly so that I can work on my magic keys, which is a set of 7 keys that will be special made to specifications that I desire. And they'll come with a grimoire that is basically daily magic rituals you perform with the keys, or specific rituals you perform with the keys. And the idea is that these keys will be physical objects that you interact with daily to do different things. There will be a hearth key that is just something that's like a grounding ritual at the start of every day, and it'll have small turning parts on it so that you can adjust it day to day to remind yourself that you are on like a path forward, that you're doing things. Anyways, I won't talk about the keys too much because I haven't had the time to rest and think about that a lot. So that's something I really, really, really want to do. It's not divination, but it's something very different. And obviously, the divination coins, the caretaker and I were working on that like a year or 2 ago. And I would love to do the divination coins. I think that that's a worthy thing to go for because it's a casting system. It obviously could be used easily with the dice. Big fan, big fan. But yeah, I would really like to work on my keys. That's what I really want to do. I have a million and one games I want to do, but I'm also thinking the indie game space is like so saturated. So I might have more fun personally also just doing the keys. So my goal is make enough money on these projects that I'm not in Confluence debt anymore, which is great. I'm financially on track to be there easily by June. And then at that point, I want to have a little money in the bank where I can stop rushing project to project for a bit and take my time making these keys. They're my next really big project that I have planned in my brain. They're the thing I really want to play with. And yeah, I deserve rest. You're correct. And Crystal Riley, thank you so much for your nice comment. I like all your projects. Communication is top notch, and the qualities in everything is stellar. Thank you. Um, yeah, I'm also really excited about the keys. It is like a ritualistic fidget. There's like a key that like it's like a worry stone. If you need to take it with you to just like hold and rub, you'll have a bunch of little like nubs on it, so it's fun to play with. But I just like physical objects. I really, really like physical objects. I like the tactile sense of having things. Faye, you back the poetry collection too. Yay! Yeah, I finally have my copies. Even though they weren't quite right. At least all the stuff inside was right. And I am very, very hopeful that uh, I'll be able to ship those out in January without any issues. I wish I could do it in December, but now that they're fixing the black page edges, I assume that I won't see them until January anyways. I thought I might actually receive them in December and then be unable to ship them out because of the Christmas stuff, but no, I think I won't even get them until January now, which is fine. Whew. Okay. It is 9:17. I already brushed my teeth today. I want everyone to know I brushed my teeth just in case you guys could tell I had bad breath through the live stream. I brush my teeth because I love brushing my teeth in the morning. I hate the feeling of them being gross. But my point is that I'm almost ready to just go over to the cake store. So I can probably stay for just a few more minutes. And now that I think about it, I have some boxes right here. I have to run to the post office, so maybe I should leave soon. So yeah, you got me for 2 more minutes. Just 2. Um, Tell me what you're doing today. What are you up to? What you up to, friend? What are you doing? Seriously though, I do hope you'll have a super lovely day. I hope that my day is super lovely. It's gonna be 8 hours at a retail job that I don't really need. Working psychedelic support line and therapy clients. Working sad face. A solo game called Luchador Hero. Okay, so someone here is having a really fun time playing a solo game called Luchador Hero, while the rest of us will be working. I will be at an 8-hour job doing a retail thing that I don't need to be doing, but that I am doing because I have a dear friend who owns the business who needs me a couple days a week. Psychedelic support line and therapy clients. Alex, that's actually, it's very, very good that you're doing that. Crystal Riley, I know that it's sad that you're working, but like I'm gonna be working too. So like we're just gonna be in misery together. No pun intended. Actually, pun entirely intended. Kimber, I hope it's a really fun game. Faye, I got a PSVR 2 on sale, so I've been playing in VR and I know I'm late to the game, but dang, it's kind of mind blowing sometimes. Faye, what game are you playing in VR? It's part of the joy of getting old. You get to sit around and play games. Look, that's really fair. You earned it. I have, this is cringy of me to admit, but I got an Oculus Quest, the first one, when it came out. I was really excited about VR and I wanted to do it in my home and I thought it would be neat. So I got an Oculus Quest and I was playing some of these basic games and I thought it was really fun. Um, and then when Resident Evil 4 VR came out, I was like, wait a minute. I want to play that. I love Resident Evil 4. That's a delightful game. It's a fun memory of my childhood. And they were like, "Yeah, it's coming to Oculus Quest." And I was like, "Great." And they're like, "It's coming to Oculus Quest 2." I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "It is not coming to the one that you own." And I was like, "But I spent a lot of money on this stupid little VR headset." So I was pretty sad about that, to the extent that I bought an Oculus Quest 2, which was not cheap. That was a whole new Quest VR headset just to play one game. I felt really, really like embarrassed about having spent that much money just to play a single game. But I will say it was basically worth it. It was an incredibly fun game. um, and recently, new games are coming out that are only on the Quest 3, the newer one. And I was like, I'm not buying a Quest 3. I can't justify that. I literally bought a Quest 2 just to play newer games, and it's only been like a year, I think. And then my roommate said there's a work auction and there's a Meta Quest 3, an Oculus Quest 3 that's on the auction for pretty cheap. Would one of you want that? And I was like, yeah, I do. So now I have 1, 2, and 3. I have all 3 of the Oculus Quest machines, and I don't know what to do with all of them. I don't need all 3. Um, and I didn't pay for the 3rd one. It was a Christmas gift from my roommate, which was very sweet. And it's the only way I could justify it. I was like, I can't justify buying the 3rd one, even if it is like cheaper. It's so expensive. It's like a whole new game system. I bought a fancy gaming computer so I don't have to buy new game systems. But yeah, I do have the Oculus Quest 3 now. And it's really nice. And it's so bougie. Yeah, Enoch, the Quest 3 really, the improvements are incredible. It looks so much better. And also, when you have the headset on, the camera it uses to see the room lets you see in color, which I didn't realize was a big improvement, but it sure is. Faye, I love that you were doing Pistol Whip because I also was doing that. I haven't done No Man's Sky in VR. That's really fun. The Room VR is amazing. I only got so far in it on my first quest, but I was so impressed. I am one of the people who gets motion sick the longer I'm in VR, but uh super, super fun. I was playing the new Batman game in the new VR headset, and almost immediately I was like, oh no, I'm gonna be nauseous so fast. But I just play it in bursts, small bursts, like 20 minutes in, and then I take it off and go do something else for a bit, and then come back and do 20 minutes. I really, really appreciate games like Beat Saber for keeping you stationary. Moving in VR is just gonna always be really hard on me. Yeah, Beat Saber, it's just a fun classic. I really appreciate the games that keep you on a rail so that you're not like moving around a lot or that just like blink you place to place because otherwise, yeah, I suffer quite a bit from the motion sick. Also, I want everyone to know that Enoch Duncan is in the chat with us, the artist for the Misery Tarot. And Enoch said, I'm watching this instead of working like I'm supposed to. So it is now everyone's jobs to bully Enoch into going and doing more art. You are our art creature, Enoch. If you could please illustrate yourself as a Silent Hill monster chained to the floor with just your art desk, um, and like your easels and your canvases, this is now your life. You are now the art creature. And we expect you to make a lot of horrific, spooky art for us. Oh boy, I got a whole Facebook notification. What do you know? Facebook notifications crack me up. Yeah, Faye, exactly. In the Batman VR game, I was like, yeah, 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 yeah. They have like a vignette setting so that when you move, it vignettes and it's supposed to make you less motion sick. It did nothing for me. Teleportation is much better in VR games for me, but in the Batman game, you do have to like walk around. There's no teleportation allowed because you have to like sneak and enter vents and stuff, and it makes sense. But ooh, God, it kills me. Enoch is going back to the mines. Good for you, because I also have to go to the cake mines. I have to go put on real pants and then socks and then shoes and then a coat. Faye, oh my gosh. That's not even VR. You're motion sick from playing just a game on your screen? That's wild. I love that for you. All right, everyone. First person, oh, FPS motion sickness. I wasn't aware that was a thing, but now I know. It's just one of those things where like my sister's adopted from Colombia, and like she got car sick a lot because she wasn't in cars, so she had to get like bracelets to help her with motion sickness in cars. And it's just one of those moments in your life where you're like, people aren't used to being in cars, and then people are like, I get motion sickness from first person shooters, and I'm like, whoa. My experience is not universal. That makes obvious sense, but it's just one of those things I had never considered. So now I know. Thank you for telling me. That's so wild. I don't like watching people stream games. I don't know if that's like a hot take, but I don't like watching people play games. I want to play the game. Games done quick is the one exception because they do silly shenanigans to finish the game super fast. But I cannot watch people play a game. I don't watch actual plays. I don't watch Critical Role, things like that. That is almost never fun for me. I'm like, oh, that does look fun. I want to be doing that. Make these people who are doing it stop. I want to do it. It's my turn on the Xbox, mom. I'm terrible at games, but I love yelling at people where they can't hear me. That's also true. Like watching Markiplier videos where he was playing games where you're just like, Markiplier, you're so bad at games. You just have to do this one thing. Why aren't you doing it? That can be fun. But I don't even do that anymore. I got bored of watching people play games, just generally. I'm so dramatic. Enoch is still watching me. Enoch's watching the stream in a corner, and I'm like, you're not allowed. Back to the art mines with you. All right, I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna be late now. I've got to go. I can't have my friend slash boss be mad at me for being late yet again. Have a lovely day, please. Keep your eye on the Misery Tarot. Let's watch it make $1 bajillion. It's already at 67. Yeah, we're already at 67, 90 backers. Look at that. Yes. Okay, bye for real this time. Yeah, I do really like streaming, so I'll try to do it more often. All right. Oh, thanks for your creativity, Crystal. Love you. Bye.